Hi guys, another quick video. I'm sticking with the topic of in terms of dieting because I feel like this topic is so under addressed, especially at this point of the year. Everyone's kind of starting to hone in and focusing on their beach body and how they're going to be looking in the summer. So I want to discuss the topic and the points of the extremities of dieting. Now, a lot of you, I'm sure, have heard of the Cambridge diet, where it's reducing your caloric intake, as little as possibly 500 calories a day, or another system in place, which is something along the lines of, Herbalife, the full shake pack, where essentially you're just drinking and consuming your daily nutrition and calories through a liquid-based diet. Now, me personally, I think that both these potential examples and many others I haven't named are completely fucking shit. If you want to put your body under the level of stress that you're only eating 500 calories a day, your mood is going to be shit, your energy is going to be shit, your training will be worse. It's just a moronic kind of thought process. Consider this. Your body is very, very efficient at trying to keep you alive. Now, once you drop below a certain calorie threshold that is individual to each person, then what your body will do is say and automatically think there is either a shortage of food that you are not in control of, or there's a potential weather or just food shortage issue. That means then your body will reduce your metabolic rate drastically, meaning that your day-to-day function will use much less calories than it normally would. Your body will become extremely efficient at reducing its expenditure of energy. So say now you have a basic metabolic rate of 2,000 calories a day. That's what you need to just go about your day-to-day function to keep you alive. So then you drop your diet down to 1,000 calories, thinking that it's going to have a profound and almost magic incentive to weight just jumping off your body. Well, the realistic point is that very quickly your body will say, fuck, something is seriously wrong. So I'm going to drop everything back and hold on to as much potential energy reserves as possible, and your metabolistic and day-to-day functional rate will drop by up to half. So then your new metabolic rate is 1,000 calories. By which point, a lot of people, once you hit a stale point in the dieting process, or you're not making progress, or everything slows up, you become frustrated. Your kind of your drive to perform this diet and stick with it will lack massively. The likelihood is you will have a binge or refeed, as your cravings will be an absolute maximal high. So when you consume extra food and negative calories, your metabolism is already running at half the speed it should be. So then you go out and have, some clean off ridiculous meals just because you're feeling sorry for yourself and it hasn't worked to the level or extent that you wanted it to work at. So then you've consumed 3,000 calories throughout that day, which wouldn't be such an issue if your metabolism was still running high. As a one-off, or even as a short cycle of having a large caloric intake, it wouldn't have a dramatic effect. But because your new metabolic rate, because of that starving procedure, has decreased dramatically, that has a whole new effect to your body, and you'll put on a lot of negative weight very, very quickly. So then you're back to square one, where you've either gained any potential weight that you've lost, or you're in a position where you've gained more weight than you had to lose in the first place. By restricting your calories by 150 to a maximum 500 than you need, and then you utilize exercise as a further calorie deficit or a feature to use calories to burn extra, that is all you need, in my opinion. If you are training in the gym and you're training quite hard and you want to preserve as much muscle mass as possible, my advice to you is sticking to the lower side of the numbers. So, personally, I find a happy medium of having 150 to 200 calories off my metabolic rate every day and my overall consumption each day. And because I train quite hard and in certain sections I train quite heavy, then I allow that to take me into a slightly higher calorie deficit. If I start to feel run down or my strength wavers, I will recalibrate my eating and I will bring my calories back up, just so I can try and preserve as much muscle mass as possible. Because if you're in an aggressive dieting stage, your body and its preference will be to use skeletal muscle as an easier conversion process of energy than long-term fat stores. So it is a very tricky balancing act to get hold of. So just think of it this way: the slower and more consistent you lose the weight, then the likelihood is that you will keep that weight off over a longer period of time or just indefinitely. The quicker you lose the weight, the likelihood is that you will put that weight back on quicker. To address the Herbalife issue with a liquid diet. Now, first of all, I believe that personally Herbalife kind of use very clever marketing techniques and speech patterns to influence people in thinking it's a good idea to purchase said products. I think that it's a complete load of nonsense that a powder formulated shake can give you all the nutrition that you need in a day, whereas most of their shakes contain 20 plus grams of sugar per shake, and I don't see any scientific information to back up that you need that much sugar in your diet and in your life. Secondly, your bowel movements are going to be pretty horrific. Not only that, I don't think it's the optimal form of energy to be extracted, because it's a very easy process to extract whatever little nutrition may be in there. Your body's need to break down that product is minimal, so that it won't use that much energy. When you consume a large amount of protein, say if you consume 300 calories of chicken, then your body will use a certain amount of those calories as energy to digest that protein element. So if you digest 300 calories of chicken, then your body will use, say, 75 calories in the process of digesting that food. So 300 calories worth of food becomes 225 calories of food. In general, I think that an extreme dieting approach is not the way forward. I would personally have a longer, more structured plan. Having time elements, say every 3 or 4 weeks, as long as you're not starting a diet. If you've been dieting a little while and you're confident in your ability, I have no issue or negative thought of possibly having a day, maybe 2 days, where you can eat whatever you want, as it will act as almost like a refeed. There has been scientific evidence and proof to state that individuals dieting on a consistent and aggressive basis have had the exact same results as other people who have a break from their diet every 2 weeks over a 12-week period. The same amount of weight loss was the same in both groups in this study. So I don't think being on the money all the time is maybe the best, because at the end of the day we are human, we are very social and interactive animals. So that normally heavily relates to a lot of kind of social events where there'll be food or alcohol available. So don't deprive yourself too much. If you're looking for an extreme weight loss that's on a very tight deadline, then okay, I would probably suggest sticking nearer the plan at all times, and only where functionally and performance necessary bring in a couple of things where it could elevate or spike your metabolism. So on reflection, try and individualize and work out a plan that is suited to you. There are many different ways. You got keto, you got intermittent fasting, you got calorie deficit. There are quite a few different ways that you can look at potential weight loss protocols that not all are best for you. You got to find which one is best for you, or which one you think you can adhere to the most. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't consider it as a slip. Consider it as just a quick refeed. Just keep a control on it and keep a handle on it. Like I said in the last video, that if there's any foods in particular, is that if you eat and you literally cannot stop consuming once you've had a taste. Ideally, I would stay away from those foods. But in general, if there's just something that for whatever reason you've had a bit of a hankering for, or you've just had a bit of an idea that you want to have this thing, then I suggest go out and have it. So stick away from the extremities. Don't worry about liquid nutrition, as soon as you go back on solid foods, you're going to have a massive weight influx anyway. And plus the fact, do you really want to pay £1,000 to drink this shitty pond-coloured water that kind of tastes alright but has no nutritional or health benefit to it whatsoever? Anyway, I hope this helps in some remote way, guys. I know I've been rambling on a bit. And if there's any further topics, please drop me a message, or just like the videos or share it, whatever you feel, to show any kind of progress to this page. And I shall be bringing out more videos as shortly as I can. All right, take care, guys.